Hello YouTube, welcome to RVDaydream, and it's time for us to compare two bicycles that came from Velotric. These are the two models that they sell exclusively, and the one that's closest to us is the NOMAD 1. But really, I'm sure what you're wondering by the title of the video is, which one should I be buying? Which one is the right one? So we're going to cover some of the stuff today and see if you can get an answer out of this video. So let's jump into it.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
So as I mentioned, the Velotric, that's the brand, and after we did our reviews of these individual bikes, which you can go and check out that video where we covered this bike exclusively and then the Discover exclusively, basically I'm going to tell you the comparisons here, what I come away from it. I'm 6 foot, weigh 255 pounds, and these bikes, as far as comfort, are almost equal, but believe it or not, on sidewalks, this one is smoother. For whatever reason, the rebound on the front shocks on this one is just smoother. It has a tendency to absorb everything a little bit easier. I think the tires have something to do with it, and you would think that having these big heavy tires, these big fat tires, that the ride might be a little bit softer with these. Now, full disclosure, this rear tire, I can lower the pressure down to 30 pounds and ride around that way. However, I've got them around 40-45 pounds. So there may be some better comfort there, but still the front shock on this is set up to be a little bit more stiff. It's a different type of a shock than that one is over there. And this one's a little bit stiffer when you ride it. With that being said, this is no stiffer than any other fat tire bike that we've had in the past. This one's heavier to move around. It's just a little bit more bulk all the way around, mainly because of the tires, but also the frame's a little bit longer to handle, you know, this bigger tire that's in there. Not much, but it is. And as far as the width, same thing. They had to widen this for this to fit in there. This one here, a little bit more dainty, a little bit more flexible as far as getting it down the sidewalk at speed, which both of these are regulated to 20 miles an hour. They both do 20 fine. They both get up to speed fine. This one here just feels like it's a little bit more nimble. So as far as whenever you're riding them and you're concerned about distance and battery life, the batteries are identical. I can take this battery from here and I can put it in here. I can take this battery from here, I can put it in there. They're basically the same battery. There's nothing different other than the color. Same Samsung cells, same 14 amp hour, same 48 volts. The difference between the bikes as far as the power is concerned is a few things. First of all, this one has, and this is human power, an 8-speed Shimano Altus shifter, and it's got kind of a finger trigger system on it where you pull one with your forefinger and the other one your thumb to go up and down the gears. And this one is the Shimano Tourney. This is a little bit different, something that you guys seen on the lesser brands. It's an entry level. Nothing wrong with this one. We've had this on quite a few bikes. This one's a 7-speed. The bike over here though, that's an 8-speed. But going to the electrical power of things, your battery's going to last longer on this one, and there's two reasons why. One, again, it's the same batteries. This one's not only lighter, but this is a 500 watt 900 max hub motor. This one is a 750 watt 1000 watt max hub motor. As you can gather, if you've got a bigger, heavier motor pushing a bigger, heavier bike, then you're not going to get as much as you can as far as distance and longevity out of the battery as you would with a lighter bike with a smaller motor. The thing is, they both will get you up and going just fine. I'm finding that I'm getting up to 20 miles per hour with either one of these about the same. This one, maybe just a little bit more. Again, you would think with that big motor that would make the difference, but it's also a bigger bike. So you're going to see battery life on this one be a little bit less than the battery life on the other one. As far as the colors, they have a whole range of colors. If you're wanting a his or hers type situation, The only one that you can get that really matches is a mango. Any other color cannot be matched with one or the other. So if you want a his or hers thing, or if you're both trying to go for Pittsburgh Steeler colors, then you need to get the mango. So as far as the Discover bike and its colors, this is the cyan color. Now on this one, if you want a high step, which they make, you can match the step through and the high step with those colors. The rack, this is an optional accessory. You see there's no rack on this one. That's because this is a pre-release model. This is something that they have not released the rack for. They're working on it. You can see they have the bosses for it and the bolts already. So there'll be a rack available for that. But as far as trying to get the most longevity, driving the furthest, whether it be a high step model or a step through, this one's going to do it for you. And I actually prefer the ride on this one, believe it or not, a little bit more. The seats on these go down really low. They're set up to where even Heidi can ride this one, even though I have the seat up a bit. We'll put her in the picture here because we need her for comparison for the size. And right now you can see this seat is up and she's on it. She's tippy-toe. But with that seat all the way down, she can ride it just as well as she can ride that one. So they did a real good job making these bikes to where a shorter rider, Heidi's 5'3", can ride these things and be flat-footed when they come to a traffic light, because quite honestly, a lot of us, we're not riding these things like Tour de France riders. We're riding these things like fat American cruiser riders. Even though Heidi likes to pedal hers most of the time, I don't like to pedal mine at all. And when she comes to traffic lights, she likes to put her feet flat. She don't like to hop off the saddle and have to straddle in the step through area and then hop back up on the seat to get going down the road again. She just likes to sit on the seat when she comes to a traffic light. When the light turns green, she takes off. I do recommend that you do get the optional rack, but other than that, everything you see, that comes standard. So you get the lights, the tail lights, and then the fenders will come with it also. Now on this bike right now, again, this is a pre-release model. Right now they have a wireless type, or I should say a battery operated tail light that you just turn on manually in the back. I think that's going to become integrated at some point. It's just they're getting the bike out. We're trying to get this information out so you guys can see them firsthand and make a decision, because they've got some really good pricing. I'm going to tell you, at the time of filming right now, I know that you can get this bike like $600 off what they were selling them. If I'm not mistaken, they're like $1,200 now, and that is incredible. Now, of course, we're going to have a discount code and links down in our description that will cover these bikes and get you the bike at a cheaper rate than what you normally would. But it's just one of those things that whenever they're releasing these models, they're trying to get them out so you can see them and you can start to think about buying it. And I know a lot of us, we're kind of impulse buyers. If we decide we want to get it, we want it, and we want it right away. Company's got really good return procedures. Everything that you need to know is going to be linked in a hyperlink in the description to where you can click it. You can go research the bikes individually, decide if there's something that jumps out at you that really makes a difference. I like the fact that the pedal assist is very, very responsive. Again, go back and check out our reviews on each individual bike, but this is really just a comparison so you can see what they look like firsthand next to each other. And I'm going to tell you that there's a certain point on this forward that the bike looks the same. I mean, the fact that the battery is the same, the fact that the battery can be switched from one to the other, tells me that this main section that's all one piece welded, it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful job. That's the same. The difference comes whenever you get into these bigger forks on the back, on the front, and of course the wider stance in the back with these bigger tires. What do you think between the two? What's the biggest differences?
For me, if I was buying one or the other, I would buy this for a commuter. I'd buy this one for fun.
That's a good analogy. That's definitely for sure. So the Nomad for fun, the Discover for the, you know what? If you can get them on sale, they have a buy two situation. do the same thing we've got. You know, I've got a fat tire. I ride this one pretty much exclusively, and she rides that one over there exclusively. Hope this helped out, and
As always, we hope to see you out here. Bye.
bye.